the muffled thud of footsteps upstairs, then a giggle. Not mine. Not at 1 a.m. My blood went cold, a tidal wave of ice crashing through my veins. It started with the late nights. Work has been insane, Mark would say, his eyes too bright, his smile a little too forced. Then came the hushed phone calls, the hurried hang-ups when I entered the room. I tried to ignore it, chalking it up to stress, to my own paranoia. But that thud, that giggle, it was a siren song of confirmation. I crept to the bottom of the stairs, heart hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. Each creak of the wood under my bare feet felt like a gunshot. I held my breath, straining to hear. The voices were low, intimate. Hers was high, breathy. His was the one I knew, the one that used to whisper sweet nothings, now a different kind of murmur. My hand trembled as I reached for my phone. I had to know. I had to see. I tiptoed up, each step a victory and a betrayal of my own peace. The door to our guest bedroom was ajar. A sliver of light spilled out, a cruel spotlight on my unraveling life. Peeking through the crack, the world fractured. There he was. My Mark. My husband of 10 years. And there she was, someone I'd never seen before, her face buried in his neck. The picture of domestic bliss, twisted into a grotesque parody. Shock gave way to a white-hot rage. It wasn't just the act, it was the lies. The elaborate charade he'd been playing. I wanted to scream, to smash something, to shatter the illusion he'd so carefully constructed. But something else, something colder and more calculating, settled over me. I backed away silently, my mind a whirring engine of 1,000 possibilities. Tears streamed down my face, but they were tears of fury, not sadness. I went back to the living room, sat on the cold floor, and just breathed. I needed a plan. A plan that would dismantle him as effectively as he had dismantled me. The next few days were a blur of feigned normalcy. I made him breakfast, kissed him goodbye, listened to his fabricated stories about deadlines and meetings. Inside, I was a coiled spring, waiting for the opportune moment. I started observing. Little things I'd previously overlooked now screamed volumes. He'd always been a creature of habit. His gym bag, always by the door. His favorite cologne, the one he wore when he thought he needed to impress. His phone, his constant companion. And then there was her. I'd managed to catch a glimpse of her face in the dim light of the hallway. Blonde. Petite. A stark contrast to my own darker features. My revenge wouldn't be loud or messy. It would be precise. Surgical. I spent hours online, researching. Not just how to catch a cheater, but how to disrupt a cheater. I stumbled upon forums, confessions, stories of people who had taken back control. Then I saw it. A post about social media ghosting and digital footprints. An idea began to bloom, dark and beautiful in its intricate planning. Mark was a creature of comfort, and his comfort involved his meticulously curated online persona. He loved his influencer image, the perfect husband, the successful professional. That was his Achilles heel. I waited for him to go out for one of his late-night meetings. The house was silent, save for the hum of the refrigerator. I went to his office, a room he'd always kept meticulously tidy, a reflection of his perceived control. I opened his laptop, the familiar glow illuminating my determined face. This was the part that required a steady hand and a clear head. I didn't hack him. That was too crude. Instead, I logged into his social media accounts, the ones he used for his brand. And I started subtly, carefully, changing things. I went through his memories and started posting old photos of us. Photos from our honeymoon, from our early dating days, from family gatherings. Not just any photos, but ones where he looked particularly happy, particularly mine. I captioned them with nostalgic, loving words. Remember this, my love? Forever grateful for these moments. Then, I moved to his professional profiles. I updated his bio. Instead of vague mentions of the strategic partnerships, I started adding specific, yet slightly embarrassing, personal details. His love for reality TV. His uncanny ability to burn toast. His obsession with collecting novelty socks. I didn't do it all at once. I spaced it out, over a week. Each day, a new, subtle alteration.